throughout their like playoff bracket. You know, lost 1 or 2 maps, and same with Str8 Tilted. You know, I'm looking forward for a great old game today.
See the perspective here of Astrus. He is on the team of Inept. They step up here to the plate, going for the control of the B site, wanting to get the initial scoring. As soon as they get B, they are able to get a few points on the board, but A is touched, not able to stop them from scoring and getting the first few points on the board.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, you know, when it comes to strongholds on live fire, it cuts the map in half, right? You've got B and you've got overshield, and you can't have both, you know. So you know you're gonna have to work very hard for it. You know what I mean? And I think B is gonna be where we're gonna see the most action today, either shooting into B, out of B. I think that's where we're gonna see the heat. So 2 down here now for Inept. And I like this sunny side hold from Hutch. You know, it's very nice, especially when you're holding C. Like, you gotta trust that your friends are gonna handle anything coming mud side. You know, but I think he's probably getting called out here that C is falling. But I don't think that it is. I mean, they're all 4 dead now on the other team. It looks like they're gonna get a trip cap, and now the spawns are completely up in the air. I mean, they're coming in from Turbine here. Like, this is gonna get weird.
Hutch using that mohawk there in the middle of that staircase to make sure that he's only providing an exposure to only one enemy at a time. And those little things that we see, like the example from Hutch, for example, is why we're seeing such a huge amount of kills currently in the favor of Str8 Tilted. As, Inept's going to be able to get some points on the board here as they control in this AB lockdown. Bonesaw with the double kill. And, 60
I believe
points.
It's pronounced Bonesaw. Wah, 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 wah,
It is.
wah,
You can
wah,
see the
wah.
name. The name actually scrolls. It's so long, it scrolls in the feed up there.
Oh, no! Oh, he was on a plate there, the Achilles, but they still managed to take him down. Oh, my goodness.
Bonesaw really wanting to put the saw to the bone of the Overshield folk there. It seems though 34 to 60 early on. Str8 Tilted still has the lead.
Yeah, there have been 2 team wipes that I've seen of Inept, and they're still in this. So they must be doing some tricky movement around this map, you know? I mean, the slays are really coming down here from Str8 Tilted.
We see Surte with 8 kills currently leading the lobby, stepping up to the plate with a level of I guess diligence that is currently outmatched.
Absolutely, and he's their team leader, you know, it's Str8 Tilted. And I mean, you know, like, yes, they come in as the underdogs, but not as much of an underdog as, say, our first minion were. So, you know, I think, like, just having a strong, like, play from your captain, strong kind of numbers, that's really going to help the rest of the team, like, you know, raise their game and feel a little less pressure off the rip, you know?
We're seeing a good comeback in the total amount of kills on the Inept side. It seems as though they've gotten some air beneath their wings. They're able to continue to put the pressure onto Str8 Tilted as they have now gained the lead. Actually, just tied it, 64 to 64, tying the lead, and then looks like B site's touched, and it's gonna give.
Like this overshield, like it's a big one. You see, Str8 Tilted have prioritized B here, so it gives overshield to Inept. Now, this pushes everything from Inept. I mean, they are going in with fewer players, but there is an overshield up there, so we don't quite know exactly how this is going to play out. Although, I mean, we're what, 3 dead again on Inept? I don't think that is all the best use out of that overshield this time around.
AB lockdown in tow. Inept currently in a position of scoring with Str8 Tilted still in the lead. Seeing a double kill on the board there. Widowmaker and Astrus, the only 2 people currently alive. 3 down on both sides as the Inept gains the lead, now up by 10 points.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure here that Inept, ever since they were a girl, were like, you know, always been afraid of spiders, you know? because Widowmaker is really coming out here and putting the hurt to them. And yes, for the 3 people in the audience who got that, that was in fact an Overwatch joke.
All 4 down on the side of Inept, giving Str8 Tilted an opportunity to get into a position of scoring, and they will take that opportunity as Hutch claims the B site now in a BC lockdown. Inept touching the C site. Bonesaw over here on C is going to be guarding this from Widowmaker. Shots around the box. Widowmaker will be clinched through that. Nowhere to go. And now back in a position of scoring. Inept up by 20 points. The 3 players right here on the side of Str8 Tilted. They're trying to push B and C, but Inept still has control, approaching the 40-point mark. Good deficit here as Inept continues to really get some good points. All 4 are down, and they are still scoring.
Yeah, I think really here, Str8 Tilted could start mounting a comeback. I mean, they have strong A control here. Now, I haven't quite got a look at is the overshield. Now, I believe it might be a bit away, so I think this fight here from Hutch could be very important.
4 players down on the side of Str8 Tilted. Inept back in a position of scoring. Whether or not they're alive, they are doing a really good job at making sure that they are getting the points that they need every moment that they can.
Yeah, I think like we're seeing kind of like other members now, Hutch, Widowmaker, really stepping up. Like there was a very strong start from Str8, but his team have really stepped up and allowed him to, you know, really kind of, you know, worry more about what they were doing as a team, you know, rather than staying out.
Look at this, a great lead here, 60 points. In the side of Inept's favor, they are doing what they need to do to be quickly approaching victory. AB lockdown is being maintained. Bo saw at pillars with the green gun. Asterisk as well helping him out. He's going to go ahead and get some, use the repulsor to try to take tower. He gets taken out in the approach up top. Bonesaw on the flip side, going to be pushing this with the BR. Is going to back up to try to get that overshield. Fortunately, AO Chris is the only one left now alive on the side of Inept.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty sure Str8 Tilted just got away with the overshield there, which could lead to, you know, a possible cap here. But, you know, I mean, yeah, they've got B, so, I mean, they're gonna want to rotate A here, but I don't think that they're fast enough, you know? I think that Inept are gonna, yeah, really stretch the score to something very scary for Str8 Tilted.
You do see large swaths of points usually being collected. Breaking control can sometimes be difficult. And in strongholds, it's a little easier to control because all you have to do is really cover the whole side of the map. Only a select number of line of sights that could enter. And they're easily be able to get back into a position of scoring, now doubling the overall points, approaching 30 seconds. You're right, this is starting to get a lot of pressure. Inept is wanting to take this win.
Yeah, and I mean, capping A there is just painful for Str8 Tilted because they put in all this work to cap C, but the enemy team have just gone, all right, well, you can take that, but we're just going to stroll right down to A and cap it. And now, with 13 seconds left to score, you know, it's going to have to take some perfect halo here from Str8 Tilted to come away with the W.
See Bonesaw rotating behind the tower to take C site, putting his team back in a position of scoring as soon as A is taken. It gets handed right back. Unfortunate there for Inept, unable to confirm this victory here in a time when it could have been used the most.
Yeah, I think that Str8 Tilted here are showing a bit of grit and determination, but the problem now is that they're all so separated and spread out through their kills and or like through being killed that they're going to come under a lot of pressure. And I think as you can see there, Zisel has been pulled out from his B defense, and he's getting punished for it now. He's basically just desperately trying to live here, and yeah, he needs to hold B. He's got to focus on B, because if they lose B, it's over. Like, his buddy's already on A.
Ayo, Chris
And,
confirming
yeah,
B.
you can see it.
Looks like that's going to be it. Oh no, the C touch is made. Who made the touch? Str8 able to narrowly avert
Widowmaker's
defeat
gonna
there.
have to really move here. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. How did they prevent that capture? 249. I mean, look, it's a matter of time, but this has gotta really, like, put a bit of energy back in, or put a bit of gas back in the tank for Str8 Tilted here, to give them hope for the next couple of rounds coming up.
See Str8 controlling Nest. It's a great way to look over both B and C, and hoping to maintain that control. The C site will get pushed. Two players have went down on the side of Str8 Tilted. It's now up to the last moment here. A gets touched right as C gets taken. Widowmaker narrowly averting defeat yet once again.
I think they may have run out of luck. Oh, they're on C. They're on C.
1 point.
Yeah. No, that's unfortunate. I mean, look, it was coming, but like, in fairness to
we really have been blessed by a great night of Halo here. Halo Rec League Season 7 final, Season 8 right around the corner. We're going to see what these teams can do to get their second win on the board. Widowmaker with the Invis grab. Let's see how he can use it.
Yeah, I mean, Str8 Tilted bringing the smoke, getting that early camo grab,
Ooh.
Oh, this is a big one. Oh, that's a big win from Bonesaw there, neutralizing that camo before it could really be put to work.
Trying to get control up here of Pump. He sees a player down in lower utility, gets a few shots from him, and then, oh no, gets taken out from the backside here at Refrigerator. Ayo Chris with some perspective here onto top mid. Makes the call for Pump as well as he makes the push. He gets into a confrontation. He's able to get the assist. Ursus, well as Chris, taking out Str8.
Yeah, this is a very even game so far. I mean, you can see, like, they're fighting for, like, a top mid control here. And for the moment, like, Inept have a very, like, slight grasp on it, but they've had to back off because of the pressure that Str8 Tilted have been putting on them.
Ayo Chris laying down some great cover fires, him as well as Ursus. Also in that great push there in utility. Widowmaker trying to make it out with his life, is not able to get away. And looks like Inept has been able to take the lead once again, only up by 2 points. But here as we approach the 2-minute mark in Slayer, I think it's a great pace that both of these teams have been setting as we start this Slayer match here at Aquarius.
Yeah, and I mean, Ayo Chris just really closed the door there on top car, like, that was a very good, readjustment there. Now, this is a big fight in Fridge. I always hate pushing out Fridge because there's just, a big giant load of places and angles that you can get shot from. But oh, that's a very spicy nade there, and it gave away the position of both players on the opposing team.
Bonesaw really done a great job this game of doing a lot of damage, just as you would expect a Bonesaw to do. Currently leading the lobby in assists, currently tied with Astrus. He's making the call at utility and then gets a little bit taken aback when the peek is made from Blue Flag. Gonna rotate here to the top of pit and get some shots on. Great assist. Great assist right there. I love that play. See, that's the type of notes that I'm taking here. He just put himself in a position to be helpful immediately.
Oh, that was great. Like, I mean, that the entire team worked there together to make or Jen just an awful death trap, and it still is. They're having so much effort to push their way out of this utility, you know, out of blue utility, because, I mean, they're just surrounded. But here we go. Str8 Tilted are 8 or now, so you know, hopefully now they'll be able to breathe and get out of there. At the expense of going down by 6.
Yeah, 22 to 17. When you're up by this amount of points, it feels good. And sometimes you can let that reward get to you. You know, you're like, oh, we're ahead. We don't need to, you know, try as hard. And meanwhile, the enemy is still giving it their best diligence. Now is when we see the plane break and when the sprint be made.
Yeah, absolutely. But I gotta say, when it comes to Slayer, like, until we're about 5 minutes in, I don't know what the score is, and I don't want to know. I just want to be focusing on where I need to be, where I need to look, and who I need to shoot.
A great mentality to be in. We see Zesel here. He has the invis, gets 1 kill, and is not able to come through. Astrus's body hanging from the side of the wall. Slow motion death, I think, was deserved for him.
Yeah, we're seeing now Bonesaw making a big push through Connector. Now, he could get trapped here pretty quickly because, I mean, we've got people in Gen, we've got people in Flag. Like, this is a dicey place to be.
Tried to go for a little ninja there. AO Kriz as well as Astrus. Astrus takes a few shots, and Kriz is rotating to be in position there, covering. Fortunately, there was 2 there meeting him, and AO Kriz will take a fall, but Astrus is able to get out alive. 31 to 28, up by 3.
Oh,
this is a very close
big.
match.
This could be a big win. Oh no, but he got. Yeah, it was too long, and unfortunately, he was so disconnected from the rest of his team after that team fight that he was just picked off. And now we're seeing the lead close to 3. And yeah, this 1v1 pip here. Oh wait, no, he got some help there from Widowmaker. Or sorry, from AO Kriz, and that could make a huge difference when it comes down to the final few kills of this match.
36 to 30. Inept, once again, wanting to get their second win on the board, is trying their hardest at confirming these victories to maintain the lead that they need here as they approach the end of this game.
Yeah, Widowmaker's really on an island here. Like, yeah, he needs all the help he can get, but yeah, we saw him get caught out there, but I think the work was done up to that point. Now all Inept need to do is just make sure that they maintain some kind of cohesive setup, because right now they're all trapped over on car side. We've got 1 top car, 2 top car now pushing top mid, and the rest are in Gen. Like, that's a miserable place to be. You're just stuck there, you know? You really need some top mid control if you're gonna control this map. Oh!
Kind of saw it slow down there a little bit, and then all of a sudden he was behind. Not sure how that was missed, but I'll tell you what, 45 to 39. Inept doing everything that they can to confirm these victories, and it matters most, and they are coming out on top now, only 4 points away from confirming their second victory here in this series.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to see a lot of discipline here from Str8 Tilted to not give away an early pick, because as soon as you lose 1 if you lose 1 for free here, then that's the end of the game. The enemy team could just completely roll over you.
Widowmaker with some nades on the ground pushes up here. He knows that his enemy is in utility. AO Kriz from across will be able to do it. That's a great crisscross there. It's 48 to 31, 2 points away from confirming this. AO Kriz is going to go for the rotate. Shots on. He has 1 shot. He's able to get 1. That's 2. AO Kriz here ending the match 50 to 41.
AO Kriz just bringing the applesauce.
We're in the Halo Rec League. Let's find out as we approach Game 3.
Well, it's going to take a monumental effort to bring us back to a reverse sweep, but, you know, I'm all here for it, you know? I want to see some more Halo tonight. So off the rip here, it's a bit cagey. we've got Str8 Tilted just opting to, you know, take a bit of map control. You know, for this hill, you want, you know, a bit of gold glass control, and you know, your C plat. You know, and it looks like they kind of have that at the moment. Now, Inept. Well, I mean, it's all about breaking setups, right? I mean, it looks like in the last couple of games, it was always Inept who had to break, or sorry, it was always Str8 Tilted who had to break the setups of Inept. But I mean, you know, you just saw an example there of Str8 Tilted having a setup there that they could dictate to the enemy, and unfortunately, it looks like they were able to do so.
Yes, sir. We're going to see the perspective of Widowmaker here, top Slayer in the lobby. Not only top Slayer, but top damage output total. 4 kills and 3 assists with 0 deaths under his belt. He is in the zone. Killing spree on the board, and there it is, the slow motion death. Widowmaker falls for the first time in this game.
Yeah, Widowmaker's really been putting on a good show today. You know, I think when it comes to it, like, he wants to be the difference. He wants to make sure that his team don't go out with a duck egg, you know?
I like ducks.
Yeah, I like ducks too, you know? Oh, wow. Ponsal kind of appeared from the ether there. But, yeah, Zisel showed some great composure there to just back up and make sure he didn't, like, he lived to fight another day. Because that could have just been another wasted camo. But it looks here like there's a strong enough setup for Str8 Tilted to pick up the first hill. And they have.
Str8 Tilted might have needed King of the Hill the whole time as they demonstrate effective team control and just enough to get that first point under their belt.
Yeah, that bat ledge spot is pretty hard to deal with. But, I mean, we're seeing fights, I believe, just about to happen in control. So, yeah, this is... yeah, you've got to be calling that out. Like, they were very slow to turn around to C there, and it's led to them just getting completely wiped.
The Inept here, good amount of deaths on the board. I think the slays overall are in Str8 Tilted's favor, and because of that, they're getting the time they need in that hill.
Yeah, we have to remember that this is all new here, this hill. It's been moved outside of long, so your traditional setup here for this hill has completely changed. So no longer are you, you know, holding attic and long haul, sneaky. You know, it's completely changed the meta for this hill hold. And yeah, Str8 Tilted finding it very difficult to get back here. They may want to just slow down a little bit, wait for their buddies to spawn up, because they're trickling in at the moment.
This is such a difficult hill to control because of how exposed it is. You have to have good map control of the center in order to really effectively pull off a hold. You almost have to force spawns back pump or A if you want to have any luck of controlling this.
Yeah, and that's not very easy to do. I mean, especially now. I mean, you're out there, you can get hit from behind, you can get hit by sneaky, you can get hit by batteries, you can get hit by whirlpool. You know, all these can like hose you down on that map or on that hill. But it looks here like, unless there's a very big push here in the last few moments of this hill, that Inept will have tied things up.
Tied now 1-1. We see a trade with the needle and the BR shots between Astris and Certe there at lower A. No time will be able to be claimed from either of these teams.
Yeah, getting that trade there for Inept was huge because, I mean, there was a potential there for Str8 Tilted to spawn in on A, and that would have been a huge advantage going into this. But by winning that fight, it forced the spawners to somewhere a little safer, and now that just so happens to mean that they're going to have to fight their way back into A now.
A is such a tough place to control, too. You know, this is a ball-holding room. You can come in here and maintain control of it just by having a decent little setup throughout the map. And you know, demonstrated effectively maintaining control of that throughout this entire hill. We're going to see Inept still in a position of scoring. They're able to claim the second point in a row. And wow, what a strong response to that first point claimed by Str8 Tilted.
Yeah, I think Str8 called that one off. You know, I think maybe wisely in retrospect. At the time, I thought maybe it was a little too early to give up the ghost, but now they have a strong setup here, and the only problem is that they've given up Camo for it, and Camo has just moved there across our screen, and Zisel could be going down here. Oh no, Bonesaw popped up by Turbine, and wow, just got the one, I believe, maybe two. And Widowmaker now is just going to have to play for his life. Oh, Zisel just caught out there by a pretty devastating move up there from, or onto C plat by our Astros.
The Astros in a BR fight here with Widowmaker. Widowmaker making yet another Widow downstairs in this blue hall is a tough hill to control. But still Inept in that hill, taking the time that they can. It seems as though Str8 Tilted had control of the area, but Inept had control of the hill.
Well, I mean, the number one thing you're going to want to do with Widowmaker right now is put him somewhere where he has an opportunity to live as long as he can. Because as long as he's alive, he's a threat to the opposition team. They need to lean on his slaying power, because it has really been the difference between, like, one hill and none. That's just unfortunate, getting caught out. But, oh, wow! Oh, that's a big kill from Str8. Got them that second point. Wow, and he's straight into Whirlpool. Look at your Spider-Man.
Closest distance between 2 points is Str8, and you don't think a Spartan can, but when he needs to, he'll defy gravity to get straight there. Right on the hill, claiming some early points, wanting to get their third point on the board. We are now tied here. King of the Hill, defining moment for the season. We are here in finals between Inept and Str8 Tilted, and they are tied in what could be the last game. If Inept can confirm this hill, they might be able to confirm this victory and confirm this season undefeated.
Oh, that's some great teamwork there. Ursus got a call. He went straight up to top A, and they managed to take him out together. Now, that was called or crawled back, but, you know, time could also become a factor here. I mean, there's 1 minute and 30 left, which is normally more than enough to get 4 hills, but, like, with the way that these team fights are going, I don't know. I mean, they might just get the third hill and decide, you know what, we are capable of slaying Str8 Tilted out, and that's what we're going to do, and that's how we're going to win this game.
Ursus on the point. We have control on A and on Attic. Inept executing great control to claim their third point and really pushing this down here. We have a bottom middle hill. Inept needs to be able to take this. Which team will be able to take this point? And see, this might be the end of the season right here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to end here. You know that you can cap this hill. This hill was the first hill. It was the one that got Str8 Tilted an opportunity to open the door for them. But, you know, that's all well and good when it's the first thing that happens in a map. But after, like, you know, getting pushed down 3-2 here, you know, it's going to be a little harder on the mentals to be able to pull this one out.
Both teams have barely put any time into this hill, and if you'll look, the timer is quickly counting down. They must take this opportunity to get the point. Str8 Tilted has their backs against the wall. They have to spend time in this hill. Widowmaker with the invis is able to milk quite a good amount of time here, approaching the halfway point. for his team to claim this point.
And doing an extremely good job of avoiding damage. Now, unfortunately, he was basically alone. It seems like a lot of his teammates were losing fights there. Now, if you're Inept, like, you're in a very nice position because all you have to do is sit back and look at that hill because Str8 Tilted need nothing less than to be on that hill. Now, yeah, I think, like, I'm pretty sure whoever stepped on hill there was called off it very quickly because we're down to 20 seconds now. And this is the make or break time. This is all about where you show your mineral, or whether or not you have the minerals, you know?
Yeah, and right now we're coming down to the wire here. Inept just wants to keep the enemy team off of this hill. They do not need to claim this time. And we're going to see them do exactly that. 5 seconds left on the clock, and they're just watching the hill. No one has a chance to get to the hill. It looks like Bonesaw will be taking out Str8 as well as Zisol.
Needs to get down there. Oh, look at this.
He touched it. This is it.
How is he alive there? They're 3 up. How has he not been headshot?
It's the end of the game.
Oh my good God.
It's the end of the game. We are tied.
Done it?
It is 0 seconds left on the clock, and it is 3-3. It's now down to these final few moments of this King of the Hill game. What a hell of a match. What the hell?
My goodness. Who was that at the last thing? What more did Bonesaw have to do? He got the triple kill. He made him absolute. They were 2 up. All he needed is 1 bullet to the head there, and my goodness, they pulled it out.
Str8 Tilted is confirming this hill. A triple kill from Widowmaker, and the 4th point will be put on the board. We are going to round 4, narrowly averting defeat. Str8 Tilted claims their first win. Inept still potentially being able to take this victory. If they can take this one home, they take home the season undefeated. After last match, I think Str8 Tilted kind of proved to the world that they can do it. And now they just need to do that 2 more times in order to mitigate this loss.
Exactly. And luckily now, after that game, they have 1 round that's free, right? You know, like, they have a round here to just breathe. And if they lose, whatever. Right, you know, they can still come back and get 2, but, like, you know, it's a nice series to have.
Widowmaker getting taken down there early on. Hutch with the rockets in tow gets taken out as well. Those rockets go down.
Well, this pushed the P Street.
AO Chris was trying to grab the rockets, but instead grabbed the ball and goes, well, I guess that's okay too.
Oh, they may have made the wrong call here. They're rotating into the enemy team spawn.
AO Chris is still able to come out on top with that ball in hand and with a kill under his plate. I don't think so either. And in fact, pushing up, that ball is still down. They did not get to play that ball. So it's kind of in a good position. Yeah, I mean, Str8 is able to grab the ball, immediately have control, and back into a position of scoring. Str8 Tilted takes the lead.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to be making this push through driveway. You know, I've been there. It's not fun. Now, Str8 Tilted are 2 down. They need to get rid of this ball. He needs to make his way back to that ball. I don't know that he has left enough time, and he hasn't. No. So the setup now switches to Inept, who are, I believe, 4 up. So yeah, it's going to be difficult now. The enemy team are going to have to play around these rockets and just give up the time this time around. Oh, that was a bit impatient. That was a bit impatient there from Hutch. So, like, now, I mean, Str8... Oh, wow, Str8 got the rockets?
Str8 got the rockets. Andy has the shroud screen. They have control of the ball. They have control of the map. And I think he even just pointed out that the
tunnel on Hutch?
He just pointed out the stalker rifle's also on spawn.
Oh, man. So, yeah, they got... Oh, Str8 is... you don't want to be there with rockets because, I mean, it's hard to get an angle to get those down and, you know, be effective. Yeah, Widowmaker making the right decision here, playing the ball out. You know, they need a moment or 2 to just regain their composure here because the game is kind of getting a bit what's the way to put it? A bit on edge, you know, a bit to-y and fro-y, a bit like anxious. I mean, you're a lot less anxious if you can pull off grenades like that, in fairness. Excellent work there from Widowmaker, limiting the amount of damage that's going to be done to the scoreline. Oh, unlucky there from Zistel. Oh, just like almost got away, almost nerded his way out of that one. But unfortunately was collected there at the end by Kriz.
Widowmaker getting caught with a team adversary. The ball will get reset due to not being touched for enough time. Putting it back into that alleyway will give the opportunity for Str8 Tilted to pick that up and grab some more time. Still currently up by almost 20 points here in this oddball match at Streets.
They've made a brilliant decision here bringing that ball top A, because that allows them to overwatch these rockets. Now, the problem is that they were off on the timing, and Inept were able to just grab them for free.
Grab them for free. Well, let's see how they use them, because I don't think I've seen a rocket kill yet this game.
Okay, so this is getting a bit touchy now. It looks like...
There we go.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's a good rocket.
Like to see them rockets, basically the free kill weapon. Get
oh, they're
getting
collapse on from Cafe? No? Yeah, there's a flank coming in. Oh, they're in trouble now. Bonesaw making his way to PD, trying to live. And, oh, this is good. This is a good position here up on Heaven. Now, unfortunately, he underestimated the presence there at back A. But Widowmaker able to really like put some hurt down there. But it looks like drawing the attention away allowed his friends from Cafe to collapse in on A and just completely eliminate Str8 Tilted there.
Widowmaker threw the ball out at a great time, but the enemy was able to grab it, get some points on it, but not enough. Widowmaker is going to take the market alley by storm toward Neon, grabs the ball and makes it all the way into the subway. And he has now put his team 20 points away from confirming this first point.
That was a great heads-up play, but I think he's after going maybe a bit too far back here. Now, this is a good rotation. But the problem is that he has a lot of problems coming in from driveway, which, I don't know, I feel like he should have been made aware of.
Zisel and Certe, they're together, which is what matters most, especially here as they're trying to grab this ball and get it back into a position of power. They have the ball inside of PD, and 10 seconds left on the clock before they can score this first point. We could be seeing a reverse sweep ingredients here, as Zisel's able to get the time enough to claim the first point in this oddball match here at Streets, and now Inept has to come back 2 points in a row in order to stay in this game.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, like, you know, PD is a perfect place when you need to get 80 or 15 seconds on the board and only 15 seconds on the board, you know? Like, as soon as that setup is broken or, like, you know, you're collapsed on, it's going to be very difficult to keep your life going there. But if you just need to survive for those last few seconds, it provides an excellent amount of cover.
Astrus here, top slayer in the entire lobby with 19 kills, demonstrates how exactly you should use the Stalker rifle. Getting some great kills. Widowmaker also suffering from his use of that weapon. And now they're going to grab this ball and try to control Subway.
Yeah, and some good fighting going on here from Str8 Tilted. I think that, you know, like, across the board, it looks like they are just hanging in there. Like, the Slays are very much in favor of Inept. But, I mean, there's only one score that matters in Oddball, and that's the amount of points gained at the end of a round. And Str8 Tilted have demonstrated that if they get a setup, they're able to hold it long enough, and they're disciplined enough to get the ball out of harm's way when they're getting collapsed on. And I think that's been the difference in this match. Because, I mean, look at this. Astrus, 22 and 12. Right? If I'm Astrus, I'm thinking, hey guys, what more can I do to help us win this game, you know? We need to start capitalizing on the times where we get the other team 4 dead.
We got 10 seconds left on rockets here. You know these teams are going to be hungry for this weapon. We see Zisel here kind of sitting and waiting for it.
Yeah, but I feel like he's going to be unwrapped like a Christmas present here as soon as he steps out. Like, we've got people, like, they're all watching him. Yeah, like, now, lovely purple rain skin, gotta say, a fan. But unfortunately, those rockets are lying down in laundry right now. But, wow, it looks like Str8 Tilted were able to pull back and win that fight. And now they've got rockets up in tires. And,
no.
that was, okay, well, it worked out in the end, but, I mean...
It's back in Ziesel's hands.
Yeah. It was a confidence play, but sometimes you've just got to get rid of the rockets, man.
We've seen this rocket.
Still there.
I'm just going to kind of watch the rocket here. We see Astrus with a ball over in the distance. That rocket has been dropped and picked up 4 different times.
I mean, Bonesaw is showing there why you should always use your AI scan, because no one on Inept currently knows that the rockets are there, and Str8 Tilted are able to pick them up again, and Zisel gets a kill off with them. Oh my goodness. That's gotta hurt. Like, I mean, when you're watching that back and you see those rockets on the dirt, like, right in front of where you're holding, ooh, you're gonna want to bond it back, you know? Especially when Str8 Tilted fumble the ball not once, not twice, but 3 times with those rockets, and still had the opportunity to use them both.
32-17 here in the second round of this oddball match. We see 3 players down on the side of Inept, giving yet once again Str8 Tilted the opportunity of claiming more time with this. Zisel holding once again in the PD. This is exactly how they won the first round. And they're claiming a lot of points here in the second.
Yeah, and welcome to all of our new viewers in from the main track, or into the from the main chat in the raid. We are currently on game 4, and Str8 Tilted are on the are currently trying to reverse sweep, and Str8 Tilted, or sorry, Inept.
Hutch Million stepping up to the plate, gets rocketed from AO. Chris, well use of that rocket. Now, yet once again, they're back into a position of scoring 35-36. Str8 Tilted has only this final chance to stay in this match, as Inept only needs 1 more point to confirm this victory and also to remain undefeated for the season. Let's see if Inept can maintain that status.
Yeah, well, I mean, luckily Str8 Tilted won the first round of this oddball, and I mean, they're showing some promising signs here in this game too. I mean, right now they are all set up for this A push, and they have the enemy spawns down in C, so they're gonna have to fight uphill. And you know, I mean, what did Obi-Wan say to Anakin? You know, it's over. I have the high ground, and he was right. Poor Anakin got burned, just like poor old Inept are right now. I say that, and it completely ran up the middle, and wow, just Certe there at the end, trying to hold on.
Got a double kill, a nice double kill, and then almost got the triple. Still came through and got some time for his team. AO Chris is able to pick up that ball, throw it out to mid when he loses control of it. 50-45, a very intense oddball match, but if you take a look, that timer is quickly counting down.
It is, and I mean, we're what now? 1:10 left? I mean, it's only 8 seconds in it, really. I mean, you can get a touch for any amount of time there. Like, that's not necessarily the issue. The issue here is that, you know, Inept, if you come out of this one, you're on a 2-game losing streak in going into the final Slayer for Decider. So you're really going to want to, like, win this and end this in game 4.
The Bonesaw with the rockets, able to get an assist with one of his nades, able to get the kill with one of his rocks. Ursa still back into a position of scoring, grabs the ball and brings it back once again. They approach the 50-point mark. They need to get a point on the board, and they know they need it, because getting this would keep them in the series, keep them in the season, and make sure that they have that undefeated record.
they're in between a rock and a hard place at the moment because, I mean, they need their guns up to fight off this assault from Str8 Tilted, but there's 24 seconds left, and they need 10 points now before now and the end of the match. So, I mean, this looks like it's going the way of Str8 Tilted.
14 seconds left on the clock, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to have the ability to pick up the ball here. Just trying to get to the right perspective to make sure we can see what happens toward the end of this match. AO Chris is going to grab the ball. He is going to be able to put some points on the board, but it might be too little too late. No, the ball will be grabbed once again.
This tires play.
Asterisk tires, the ball will go down.
It's huge.
That's
and
it.
It looks like Str8 Tilted
Wow.
have just won. We're into game 5. Sozer, I believe the Rockets have gone in the favor of Inept.
Early lead here as Hutch does take the initial engagement. Also with the sniper in tow, he has 2 kills under his belt and is leading his team. Tied now with Diesel 4-1 in this early 30-40 seconds of this Slayer match here at Empyrean.
Oh, that's one you'd like to get back there, Hutch. But at the moment now, like, initially we had the teams just going absolutely nuts, flying at each other here off the rip, but now things have calmed down a bit, and I think these teams are going to start feeling a bit of the nerves, you know? I mean, it's game 5 in the finals, and I mean, these next potentially 10-13 minutes can define your entire season, you know? If you're Inept, you're thinking, you know, we could go 11-0 in this season. You know, we could win and show that we could overcome the adversity of losing game 3 and game 4. But you know, if you're Str8 Tilted, I mean, you want to show like that you have the clutch factor, right? You have it where it counts. You know, you won the game that mattered, and you know, you came out the chump.
5-5 here. Hutch playing his life really well and trying to keep my eye on how he's going to make his deciding moment here count. Diesel, as well as Hutch, working together to get a few more kills. Looks like Green Box is pushed out. Hutch is now defending from training. Widowmaker right beside him. Teammates are on point where they need to be, when they need to be, looking where they need to be. Great shot here through mid hallway as HRL continue to push some shots on. 5 seconds left on these Rockets. The 8th point gets on the board here.
Oh, Widowmaker making a big play here. That gives them the Rockets, man. That was a fantastic play by Widowmaker. Flanking around long haul, and now this could be a bit of a lead starting to open up for Str8 Tilted if they play this right, because they now control the spawns and the power on this map.
10-9. They do have the upper hand. HRL still once again is alive. He is yet to die. The only reason we've been watching him the entire game is because he is yet to die. Been doing a great job of maintaining this lead. I'm going to switch that as he gets a kill. AO Chris goes down. Astris here pushing long haul. Sees Hutch here at training. Knows he has that rocket. Hutch again will go down. In the history book,
he stays alive. He lived through that.
5-0 already. Going back for his second sniper consumed this life.
This is insane. Both teams overextended on each other and had to come back to fight. This is unbelievable what we're watching here from Hutch. Hutch, Widowmaker, like, they have been the MVPs in my opinion for the last few games. But I mean, like, just the level of play that we're seeing now, the level of team fighting. I mean, we are now what, like 4 minutes in, and you know, we're only what, 17 kills is the max. Like, these teams are really fighting for every inch. Yeah,
they are taking their time. They are being measured, and they are being deliberate with their approach. Astris here, sitting on training, gets a shot on, but just goes ahead and goes for the rotate. He knows he's not with his teammates. He's going to get with his teammate and let that enemy get away, which he likely would have anyway, even if he would have stayed there and potentially been overexposed.
Absolutely, very disciplined play there because I mean I know a lot of people would just go back, peek out, and try and get that headshot with the BR. But he knew that if he did, he had no backup and he had nowhere to go. So he just decides, I'm going to rotate over and help my team fight.
19-17. Inept with the lead. The decider. Slayer here at Empyrean. Both teams, you can tell, they're in this hot seat together. Everyone is playing very, very conservatively to mitigate death, to prevent their team from slipping down and having to fight back uphill. Str8 with the overshield approaches training, is able to get one in a trade, but two of them hutch a million. Also in an exchange, looks like double kill.
Widowmaker!
Widow.
Widowmaker, what are you made of, man? How did you get that? I mean, that could have been a disastrous play. Losing the overshield for just a straight trade, and then another trade would have been terrible. But Widowmaker steps up there with a double kill and really keeps Str8 Tilted almost up on parity, you know? And I've got to say, you know, we haven't mentioned his name too often, but Astrus has been playing out of his skin this entire series. Been racking up the numbers every time. I mean, you know, and he is top fragger at the moment. And I've got to say, like, if and Team Inept win, they're got like, I mean, Astrus has been would have been a massive part of that victory.
26-23. Zisel able to mitigate a death, able to stay alive here. He got out of long haul just before he took the last shot to the head. Astrus here pushing through green box. Hutch takes him out. Protecting once again.
Talk about Guardian Angel. Wow. Zisel was dead to rights there. And Hutch just stood up and had himself be counted with that headshot. Unbelievable. He is having, I think, the game of his life. I mean, I don't know the man, but Jesus Christ. What is this?
It would be the game of my life. I think that's where you're kind of going with it.
Yeah, well, you and me both here now. I mean, wow. Like, things are getting a bit touchy now. They're slowing it down. They're feeling it out. You know, wow, like 5 minutes left. And, wow, I mean, these, I can tell you this with absolutely no reservation. Whatever team wins this series worked for it.
It is 29-27, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here in this finals. This is Chumps, folks.
This is a big fight for Hutch.
Big fight for the entire team, who's now fighting over this overshield, and it looks like it's finally going to be picked up by Str8. As he gets a double kill on the board, and the rocket from AO Chris comes down right when it needs it most, and I think the overshield is still in tow. He has that, and the repulsor. AO Chris comes out on top.
Oh man, I mean, you know, that was birthday and Christmas all at once there for AO Chris. I mean, he definitely did his chores and was rewarded by Santi there, you know?
He was a good boy or girl. Look at how slow this game's been. Both teams are being so measured and deliberate with their exposure. They're fighting together as a team here at Long Haul. Widowmaker at one shot, narrowly able to get away. As soon as his shields start recharging, they look, he's back on the attack. He gets a stick. That's a trade. 4 down on the side of Inept. Now only down by 1 point. Str8 Tilted is still in this game.
Absolutely. And hey, look, at the moment, Ziesel's 7 and 10, right? But that kill, that last kill in that fight was big. And, you know, sometimes you're not the main slayer, you know? Might not be your specialty. But there are moments where you need to step up, and he definitely did in that moment.
37-35. Inept is still be able to take this lead. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
And so, I've got to say, these have been my first 2 times casting, but boy, these teams have made it extremely easy because they've been putting on some fantastic games of Halo.
can always walk away with knowledge learned. Like, I take notes every time I'm watching these. There's ways to clinch matches that I don't know about. There's so many things left in Halo for me to explore.
And here now, all tied up. 2 minutes left. 38-38. This is insanity. My nerves are shot, Saucer. What more are we going to see out of these two teams?
38-38. Ursus with the rockets in tow will leave the side of Inept with an upper hand here when it's going to matter the most. 40-39. They have the lead by 1. Can Ursus get these kills when it matters most?
Oh. Wait. What? How was that a suicide? If you're Ursus, you've got to feel irked by that. I mean, you hit him with a rocket and you didn't get a kill?
Well, it took away 1 from them, so I guess it's the same. Now up by 4. Make that 5. Bonesaw coming out on top of these engagements right when he needs to. Ursus as well.
Oh, this is
getting some lead.
Really going up
very quickly. That turned around just because they had a position of power and they were able to effectively use it. Now up by 6. 1 minute left on the clock. We're ending the end of this series. Inept very close to confirming and clinching this match. 46-41, 1 minute on the clock.
Oh, there's a 1v2 over there. Zisel is doing everything he can not to die here, but unfortunately it's just not enough. And I mean, Inept, they're just gonna hide. They're gonna hide. There's 5 kills. Like, there's 42 seconds. I mean, you just gotta duck, man. I mean, obviously you don't want to be giving up like too much control of the map, but like, don't need to peek too much. Oh, it's down to 4. It's down to 4. Oh my goodness, Str8 is down. It's 49-45, and we are down to the last 18 seconds. Will this be decided within regulation time? That's
Sure will
it.
be.
That's it. You have your Season 7 winners in this.